that AI is really instrumental in like amplifying what you're doing, but I think, in letting it be the sole thing, where I know there's tens of thousands of AI creators, I think it lacks sort of like that human connection that only like a Mr. Beast or like Bevy Smith and Sonia Richard Ross. These people have real connection, real community, and personalities that people want to connect with, and you really can't do that with an AI creator.
Yeah. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Ad Podcast, day 3 here at Possible in beautiful Miami, Florida. We have Pauline Malcolm-Thornton, the CEO of Brand Story Architect, here to share a little bit about what she's been up to this week. How you been?
I've been good.
Nice.
It's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah. You tired yet?
I am. I'm flying out on a 6 a.m. flight tomorrow.
Oh,
so.
goodness. Yeah.
But
One
this
more
has
day.
been a
You're
great...
going to be able to spend some time to chill this evening, maybe go to dinner.
Got a
chill
little
out.
dinner
Nice.
planned,
Let's go. Awesome.
with some colleagues and potential clients.
Let's go. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, for those that might not be familiar, tell us a little bit about Brand Story Architect and what have you
Sure.
been up to this week?
Yeah, so Brand Story Architect is a revenue and innovation firm at the intersection of the creator economy, culture, and commerce.
Nice.
And we work with both creators and also big brands in matching them in a culturally relevant way. And then we also work with both creators and brands in driving new revenue streams all around the creator economy.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So, I would say a decent level of attention paid to the creator economy this week for
Yes,
sure.
yes.
P&G just came out and said 50% of their marketing spend is going to creators. Be curious, what are some of the macro trends that you are seeing, and what are some of the things that you saw this week that were interesting?
Yeah, so P&G is definitely a bellwether brand that kind of sets the pace.
I know
and
Unilever made a similar statement
yes,
last
they
year.
did.
Yeah.
Their former chief brand officer, AC Eggleston, also made that commitment last year as well, and really like being firmly in the creator economy. While other companies have that are in like the culture space have kind of talked about declining ad spend, we've only seen increases, really because we are focused on talent that's not just digital first, but they're also multi-hyphenates. They could be athletes, they could be actresses, but they've developed a sense of community. And so what I'm seeing from like brands is that they want to lean into those creators that are not just, viral, they've had viral moments, but they've created a sense of community, which is more of a movement.
Yep.
And they are sort of activating on that movement. And creating more of a long-term partnership, as opposed to, I think, even a couple years ago, it was like, let's just experiment and be one and done. Whereas I'm starting to see a lot more like commitment to longer-term partnerships, which is great.
That's awesome. So when you say movement, is it like, I think about somebody like Mr. Beast that, it has
Huge
this
movement.
format where it's just like time and time again he's reinvesting to one up the last thing that he did, and it's a repeatable format, but it's also can always be fresh and new.
Yep.
And it has a charitable element or a give back, or he's
That's
trying to
right.
do cool things for individuals but also larger groups. And then you see a lot of interesting creators that actually kick off with a concept in mind. So I met a cool creator at South by this year where his entire channel is he walks up to people, offers them $100 to make him a meal, and then he gets denied by a bunch of people because like, this is weird, this is creepy, but then he
Right.
finds somebody who's open-minded, who's
Right.
excited to go down this path with him, and he ends up going to their house and meeting their
making a
family,
meal.
and they sit down, they have a meal, they invite friends over, and they have this very human experience that you don't necessarily know where the content is going, but it's not lifestyle content, it's a format, and it repeats over and over again with the same through line. And I think the ultimate message is be open to what the universe sends to you.
Absolutely.
Is that the type of thing that you're talking about when you think about a movement?
Absolutely. And like even what you're talking about in terms of like investing in community, like that example kind of reinforces what I mean, because he's tapping into just local people and going to their home into like an intimate space and having that human connection.
Yeah, less superficial.
Yes, which like I'm a fan of AI. I use AI in my business, but there's just a lot of AI slop out there where something like that, what you're talking about, is meaningful and it's different than only really a human being can create.
So not a fan of AI creators, digital twins, all the...
I won't say that. I won't say that. I think that AI is really instrumental in like amplifying what you're doing, but I think, in letting it be the sole thing, where I know there's tens of thousands of AI creators, I think it lacks sort of like that human connection that only like a Mr. Beast or some of the talent that I work with, like Bevy Smith and Sonia Richard Ross. These people have real connection, real community, and personalities that people want to connect with, and you really can't do that with an AI creator.
Yeah. Now, are you a talent agent or a manager, or would you consider yourself more of like the brand side representation, where your client is the brand and you ultimately help them put together their brief, understand what's important for them when they're thinking about influencers, educating them on how to make the right decisions, and then you kind of look at the entire ecosystem once you've done that foundational work?
Yeah, so kind of like we're holistic. So we will represent both the brand and the talent, but we, in a sense, are we have like a curated network of talent, but we are also kind of like talent agnostic, where a brand can say, listen, I really want to focus on Zoe Spencer. It's one of the talent that we represent, huge streamer, but then I also want to kind of amplify and have many Zoe Spencers that are more micro or mid-sized creators. So we're then able to use our own tools to then go out and do outreach to that talent to build a holistic campaign end to end.
Interesting. Are brands still thinking about that pyramid structure where there's like macro creators at the top, power middle, micro? Do you think that's still a relevant paradigm?
It's still relevant, although we are starting to see a lot of brands say, I just want a bunch of like nano and micro creators because I want like,
I need to feed the machine.
I need to feed the machine and have like, multiple voices that are out there. And then also going back to like the personality piece. The personality piece is really important because some people have large followings and no engagement.
Interesting.
And so
because they're famous, but they're not necessarily influential because they don't have that one-to-one relationship.
They don't have
with
the
their
one-to-one.
creators.
They're not personalities. And so we pride ourselves also in really engaging with personalities that go live every single day and engage with their community, as opposed to just having like one pretty post, once a week or twice a week, but they're not really engaging live. So all of the talent that we work with do live, repeatable formats every single day to have that ongoing connectivity with the consumer. So yes to the pyramid, but it's the type of macro creator that we work with that matters.
Awesome. So live is obviously a huge component now of creators on TikTok, Instagram, but also like on streaming, on Twitch, and
YouTube.
A lot of podcasts are live now, live to tape, and people tune in like they watch the nightly news in some instances. And then there's also like this trend of live shopping that's kind of coming from the East and now finally gaining more and more traction in the West. For a long time, people are like, oh, well, American or Western creators aren't going to like become CVC, QVC shopping network endorsers the same and plug products the way that, creator culture works in places like China, but it does seem like it's catching up. I'm curious how you're thinking about live, but also live as a element for brands to actually move product and sell things.
I love that question because to your point, I feel like China's always like 2 to 3 years ahead of where we are, and their creators are like selling out, and you're seeing a lot of like U.S. creators, Mr. Beast, Cabby LeMay have all gone over to China and have done like live shopping over there and have like killed it. And we're working with a legacy media company. I'll keep their name anonymous.
Yeah.
But they're one of our clients, and we've been working on a creator-led strategy for them. And it's one of the biggest studios, so you can guess.
Yeah.
And we've been working on creator formats, but with live shopping components as well. This is something that they've never done, but you know, one of the goals was help us tap into Gen Z audiences, and you know, we paired them with one of our Gen Z creators, and the show is a beauty show, so it very much speaks to that. Content and commerce goes hand in hand.
It's very native to the viewing experience.
Absolutely.
Doesn't seem out of place. Yeah.
It's not out of place, and you know, their primary source of revenue are CPMs, but CPMs, let's face it, are declining.
Sure.
So it's giving them a new revenue stream from live shopping, as well as helping them tap into this young audience on TikTok that I am not Gen Z, but I do fall personally prey.
Gen Z adjacent.
I'm Gen Z adjacent, and I cannot tell you the amount of things that I have bought from TikTok Shop.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
wild.
it's pretty embarrassing. So, yeah.
So easy, right?
It's so easy.
It's like hitting the like button now.
It is. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll pay $50
Sure,
for this.
give it a try.
So yeah, I'm seeing like even legacy brands from like the own work that we're doing, dipping their toe into the live shopping phenomenon to find new ways of making revenue.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, if folks at home want to continue to follow up on the conversation and follow your thought leadership and/or connect, where do you want to send people?
Follow us at Brand Story Architect. It's with a CH instead of CT for architect. That's a play on words because technology powers what we do. But you can follow us at Brand Story Architect across LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok.
Awesome. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you so much,
Cheers.
Dylan.
You got it.
Pleasure.
Let's go.